Welcome to Rare Breed Brotherhood. True fearlessness isn't the absence of fear, it's the refusal to let it control you. Being a Sigma male isn't about fitting into a label or chasing trends. It's about having the courage to walk a path that most people are too afraid to take. It's about standing firm when the world tells you to bend, questioning the rules that others blindly follow, and finding strength in your solitude instead of fearing it. This isn't a guide for the faint-hearted or those looking for shortcuts. These 12 habits aren't about quick fixes. They're about mastering the art of resilience, independence, and quiet dominance. They'll push you to rethink how you approach life, relationships, and even your own fears. Sigma males are a rare breed because they're fearless in ways most people can't even comprehend. They walk away from what doesn't serve them, thrive in chaos, and rewrite the rules when the old ones don't fit. If you've ever felt like the world misunderstands your strength or labels your independence as arrogance, this video is for you. So if you're ready to level up, challenge yourself, and claim your spot as one of the most fearless individuals out there, stick around. These 12 habits might just be the blueprint you didn't know you needed. Let's get started, brothers. Number 1. They accept that not everyone will like them. Fearless Sigma. Males understand one of life's hardest truths. Not everyone will like you, and that's perfectly fine. They've learned that trying to please everyone is not just exhausting, it's a trap. The constant need for validation can make you a prisoner to other people's expectations, forcing you to compromise who you are just to gain their approval. Sigma males refuse to live like that. Their focus isn't on being liked, it's on being respected. And here's the thing about respect. It isn't always pretty or warm. Respect comes when people recognize your authenticity, even if it makes them uncomfortable. Sigma males know that likability often means shrinking yourself to fit into someone else's version of acceptable. But respect? Respect comes from standing firm, even when it makes waves. They don't chase applause, and they definitely don't cater to shallow flattery. Why? Because they know that the same people who cheer for you today will abandon you tomorrow if you don't keep playing their game. Instead, Sigma males choose to play by their own rules, understanding that true strength lies in self-respect, not in being universally adored. This doesn't mean they're rude or indifferent to others. In fact, they can be incredibly thoughtful and empathetic, but they never let the fear of being disliked dictate their choices. They'd rather walk alone with their dignity intact than join a crowd at the expense of their identity. So when Sigma males accept that not everyone will like them, it's not defeat, it's liberation. It's the freedom to live authentically, unapologetically, and with a quiet confidence that commands respect. And that kind of energy, it's impossible to ignore, even for those who don't like them. Number 2. They keep their inner circle ruthlessly small. For fearless Sigma males, relationships aren't about numbers, they're about depth. While many people pride themselves on having large social circles, Sigmas take a different approach. They keep their circle intentionally small, selective, and meaningful. It's not about being antisocial or closed off. It's about protecting their energy and surrounding themselves with people who truly matter. Trust for a Sigma isn't handed out like candy. It's earned through actions, consistency, and respect. They know the value of their time and mental space, and they don't waste it on people who drain them with unnecessary drama, negativity, or fake loyalty. If someone proves to be unreliable or toxic, a Sigma male has no problem cutting ties, no guilt, no second chances. It's not cold-heartedness, it's self-respect. By keeping their inner circle small, Sigmas build relationships that are real, strong, and unshakable. They value honesty over flattery, loyalty over convenience, and depth over superficiality. These are the people they can count on in any situation, the ones who add value to their lives rather than chaos. This habit also allows them to focus on what matters most: growth, purpose, and authentic connection. They don't feel the need to impress acquaintances or maintain shallow friendships just to appear sociable. Instead, they pour their energy into the few who truly deserve it. In a world that glorifies popularity, the Sigma's ability to ruthlessly curate their relationships is a powerful statement. They choose quality over quantity, respect over approval, and authenticity over superficiality. And while they may not have a crowd cheering them on, they always have a few loyal allies standing by their side. Number 3, they don't just break rules, they rewrite them. Fearless Sigma. Males aren't the type to rebel just for the thrill of it. Breaking rules for the sake of breaking them isn't their style. Instead, they evaluate the systems and expectations around them with laser-sharp logic. If something doesn't align with their goals or values, they don't settle for playing along. They set out to redefine the game entirely. This isn't recklessness, it's strategic audacity. Sigmas don't dismantle systems out of chaos or defiance. They do it because they see a better way. They're problem solvers at their core, driven by the belief that many of society's rules are outdated, arbitrary, or designed to keep people in line rather than lift them up. To them, conforming to a broken system is the true act of recklessness. For example, a Sigma in the corporate world won't climb the ladder in the traditional way if they see it's riddled with inefficiency and pointless bureaucracy. Instead, they'll create their own lane, starting a business, freelancing, or carving out a niche that bypasses the rat race altogether. They understand that blindly following rules isn't the same as progress. But here's the thing, rewriting the rules isn't easy. It takes courage, creativity, and a willingness to be misunderstood. Sigmas embrace this challenge because they're not trying to fit in. They're trying to build something that fits them. This ability to rewrite the rules is what sets them apart. They aren't content to accept what is. They're always working toward what could be. And in doing so, they inspire others to question the systems they've blindly followed for too long. That's not just bold, that's fearless innovation. Number 3, they practice tactical patience. Fearless Sigma. Males have mastered a rare skill that most people overlook in today's fast-paced, instant gratification world. Tactical patience. They understand that timing is everything, and they're willing to wait, not out of hesitation or fear, but out of strategy. While others rush to act, driven by urgency, panic, or the need for immediate results, Sigmas step back and observe. They don't confuse movement with progress. Instead, they take their time to assess the situation, gather intel, and understand every variable at play. This isn't indecision, it's calculated preparation. And when they do strike, it's with precision that leaves others marveling at how they seem to always get it right. Tactical patience also allows them to endure discomfort that would break most people, whether it's staying silent during heated moments, holding back in negotiations, or waiting for the right opportunity to present itself. Sigmas thrive in the space between action and reaction. They know that acting too soon often leads to wasted energy or missed opportunities. This habit doesn't just make them strategic, it makes them unpredictable. People can't read their next move because they don't move impulsively. And when they finally act, it's a game changer. Sigmas know that patience isn't passive, it's power. It's the ability to sit through the storm, study its patterns, and wait for the perfect moment to step in and take control. That's not just patience, it's a fearless kind of discipline most people will never understand. Number 4, they forge their own path. Even when it's uncomfortable, fearless Sigma. Males are not the type to take the easy way out. They don't follow pre-paved paths just because they're smooth or familiar. Instead, they chart their own course, even if it means navigating through thorns, rocky terrain, or uncharted wilderness. For Sigmas, the measure of success isn't how convenient the journey is, it's how true it is to who they are. Comfort isn't what motivates them. While others chase security, routine, or approval, Sigmas prioritize authenticity and meaningful progress. They understand that growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. Choosing the harder road isn't a sign of masochism. It's a commitment to doing what's right for them, no matter how much resistance or uncertainty they face. This approach often isolates them, but Sigmas are fine with that. They know the journey is personal, and they don't need validation from the crowd to keep moving forward. If anything, the absence of a cheering section only strengthens their resolve. What sets them apart is their ability to embrace discomfort as part of the process. They don't shy away from challenges or run from hardship. Instead, they see obstacles as necessary stepping stones to something greater. By forging their own path, Sigmas prove that success isn't about avoiding difficulty. It's about facing it head-on and refusing to settle for anything less than what they're truly capable of achieving. In a world where most people stick to what's easy or expected, Sigma males dare to walk a road that few have the courage to tread. It's not the comfortable choice, but it's the one that leads to a life of purpose, freedom, and genuine fulfillment. Number 5, they have no fear of discomfort. While most people run from discomfort, fearing it as a sign of failure or weakness, fearless Sigma males see it as the ultimate fuel for growth. Whether it's physical, mental, or emotional pain, they don't shy away from the struggle. In fact, they lean into it. For them, discomfort isn't something to avoid. It's an indicator that they're on the verge of transformation. The gym rat dreading that last set? Sigma males don't just push through it, they embrace it, knowing that true strength is forged in moments like that. The tough conversation they'd rather not have? They face it head on, knowing that avoiding it only stunts their personal growth. Emotional pain? They don't ignore or suppress it. Instead, they dive into the discomfort, allowing themselves to process and grow stronger from the experience. What sets them apart is their understanding that real progress never happens in the comfort zone. When others take the easy way out, Sigmas are the ones who take the harder path. They endure long hours, difficult conversations, and emotional turmoil because they know that's where the magic happens. It's in those moments of discomfort that they learn about their own resilience, sharpen their focus, and build the kind of character most people never develop. For a Sigma male, discomfort is not a threat, it's an opportunity. And rather than shrink back from the hard stuff, they dive in, knowing that each challenge they endure brings them one step closer to their best self. While others look for shortcuts or ways to avoid hardship, Sigmas seek it out, because they know it's the only true path to growth. Number 6, they aren't afraid to be misunderstood. Fearless Sigma. Males live by one core truth: approval is overrated. While the majority of people crave validation, fitting in, and being seen as normal, Sigmas are fine with being misunderstood. In fact, they wear that label like a badge of honor. To them, being misunderstood isn't a weakness. It's often a sign that they're breaking free from the herd and forging their own path. They know that when you're playing it safe, staying within the lines, and adhering to society's expectations, you blend into the background. But when you're pushing boundaries, challenging norms, and living authentically, people will inevitably misinterpret your intentions. They'll label you too much, too intense, or too different. And that's exactly the point. Sigma males aren't afraid of being the outlier. They understand that true authenticity often comes with resistance and misunderstanding. If you're not being misunderstood, you're likely conforming to something that's not truly yours. Sigmas know that if they're being labeled, questioned, or criticized, it's probably because they're doing something that's outside the box. And that's exactly where they want to be. They don't crave conformity. They'd rather stand alone, misunderstood, and unapologetically themselves than water down who they are to gain acceptance. They embrace the discomfort that comes with being different, because they know it's the only way to stay true to their purpose and vision. In a world where blending in is the norm, Sigma males make it their mission to stand out. And when the world questions them, they simply smile, because they know they're doing it right. Number 7. They see failure as data, not defeat. For most people, failure feels like the end. It's a bruising blow to the ego, a signal that they're not good enough, that they've fallen short. But for fearless Sigma males, failure isn't a personal defeat, it's just data. It's a step in the process, a valuable piece of information that tells them exactly where they went wrong and how to improve. Sigma males don't fear failure because they know it's inevitable when you're pushing boundaries and taking risks. Instead of cowering from mistakes, they break them down, analyze them, and use the experience to make better decisions moving forward. They don't carry the weight of "I failed" or "I'm not good enough." They carry the data. This didn't work. What can I do differently? This mindset allows them to continuously grow and evolve without getting stuck in self-doubt or shame. Where others see failure as a roadblock, Sigmas see it as a necessary detour. They don't allow it to define them. They allow it to inform their next move. It's about progress, not perfection. When a Sigma faces failure, they simply ask, "What can I learn from this?" They don't let the emotional baggage of failure weigh them down. Instead, they use it as fuel for the next step forward. This ability to detach from failure and view it as data instead of defeat is what gives them a relentless edge. While most people give up after a few failures, Sigmas use each one as a lesson to propel themselves even further. Number 8. They don't compete, they outclass. Sigma males don't waste energy on competition. While others obsess over winning or trying to prove their worth by measuring themselves against others, Sigmas know one simple truth. True success doesn't require comparison. They don't engage in the toxic race to be the best or the first. They prefer to outclass everyone by doing things their own way, on their own terms. Instead of getting caught up in the hustle to outdo others, Sigmas focus on perfecting their craft, refining their strategy, and staying true to their unique approach. They don't need the validation of a win or a ranking. They know that the most powerful form of success is simply outworking, outthinking, and outlasting the competition without ever needing to acknowledge it. The beauty of the Sigma mindset is in its quiet confidence. They don't need to shout, brag, or make noise to show they're better. Their work speaks for itself. They know that excellence doesn't need to be flaunted. It just is. And over time, while others are distracted by ego-driven competition, Sigmas continue to elevate themselves through consistency, focus, and an unwavering commitment to their path. Sigmas outclass, not because they seek to crush others, but because they've mastered the art of personal mastery. By staying true to themselves and doing the work, they naturally rise to the top, without even breaking a sweat. In the end, it's not about winning a competition. It's about creating a standard of excellence that no one else can match. Number 9. They relentlessly protect their energy. For a fearless Sigma male, energy is one of their most valuable resources. They understand that time and energy are finite, and they don't waste either on things or people that deplete them. Unlike others who might feel obligated to entertain every distraction or relationship, Sigmas operate with an unwavering commitment to preserving their inner peace and focus. This isn't about being selfish, it's about self-preservation. They know that when they allow toxic people, draining situations, or unnecessary drama into their lives, they're giving away pieces of themselves that they can never get back. So they guard their energy like a sacred treasure. They've learned to recognize the warning signs of energy vampires and cut them out without hesitation or apology. If someone or something doesn't align with their purpose, they walk away without a second thought. They don't entertain mindless chatter, unnecessary commitments, or negative influences. Every minute of their day is accounted for and spent on things that move them forward, whether that's in work, personal growth, or meaningful relationships. Sigmas protect their energy fiercely because they know it's the foundation for everything they achieve. If their energy is wasted, everything else suffers, so they keep their circle small, their priorities clear, and their focus laser sharp. Ultimately, a Sigma male's energy is sacred. It's their source of strength, creativity, and clarity, and they will protect it at all costs. Number 10. They don't apologize for their uniqueness. While most people adjust themselves to meet the expectations of others, Sigma males remain unapologetically themselves. They don't shrink, dim their light, or mold themselves into someone they're not just to fit in. The world is full of people who water themselves down to gain acceptance. But Sigmas don't play by those rules. They know their value lies in their individuality, and they refuse to apologize for standing out. For them, blending in is a waste of time. They embrace their quirks, their oddities, and everything that makes them different. They understand that uniqueness is what sets them apart, and they wouldn't trade it for the world. Sure, not everyone will get them, and that's perfectly fine. They're not seeking mass approval, nor do they need validation from the crowd. Their purpose is too important to be defined by the opinions of others. Sigma males walk through life with the confidence that their authenticity is a strength, not a flaw. They know they won't be everyone's cup of tea, and they don't lose sleep over it. Instead of trying to make themselves more palatable for others, they focus on being true to their own mission and vision. If people can't handle that, it's their problem, not the Sigmas. In a world that often values conformity, Sigmas are the ones who proudly remain true to themselves, never asking for permission or approval. And that's what makes them truly unstoppable. As I wrap up, the only way to deal with this life meaningfully is to find your own path and follow it relentlessly. If you're someone who's never quite fit into the mold society tries to shove you into, you're likely a Sigma male, and that's something to be proud of. Sigma males don't bend to the expectations of others. They stand firm in their independence, carve their own path, and live life according to their own terms. It's not about rebellion, it's about living with authenticity and purpose, and doing what works best for them, no one else. You've got a drive that doesn't rely on approval, and a resilience that allows you to thrive, even in discomfort. You know that real power comes from within, not from the validation of others. You don't waste time competing for attention or fighting for a seat at the table. You build your own table. The habits of the fearless Sigma male are not about loud gestures or empty talk. They're about quiet strength, strategic moves, and relentless self-mastery. If you're ready to understand what truly sets Sigma males apart and how you can tap into that power, this video is for you. Stick around, because the habits we'll dive into are the very core of what makes the Sigma male unstoppable. Thank you for watching. See you in our next video. God bless you.